herbs is what we're starting our series with. Agrimony, Alfalfa, Allspice, the healing and metaphysical properties or magical properties. I'm going to let you know both on that. This is just the beginning. I'm going through it A to Z on here, so occasionally I'll have something else thrown in there. But if you like herbs, make sure you keep watching. So today's is Agrimony, Alfalfa, and Allspice. And first we're going to talk about the Agrimony. Now it's a good astringent. This can be used to heal wounds. It's good for digestive health. It reduces inflammation and soothes digestive tracts. That includes help with diarrhea and irritable bowel syndrome. It's an anti-inflammatory, which can alleviate conditions such as rheumatism and arthritis. It is also used to relieve sore throats and respiratory issues, reducing inflammation in the throat and lungs. It's good for urinary health, acting as a mild diuretic, promoting kidney and bladder health by increasing urine flow and flushing toxins. It is often combined with other herbs to treat urinary tract infection. And then it's also good for menstrual support to ease discomfort and heavy menstrual bleeding. It's a good antioxidant. It's got the antioxidant properties and helps combat oxidative stress in the body, potentially lowering the risk of chronic disease and protecting cells from damage. So the way that you would want to do this is probably depending on, how much you needed of any of that would be drink it in a tea. As far as that goes, you can use a tea ball, for your tea in the water. I have gotten to where I use my Keurig cup stuff. This opens up, put a teaspoon in there, have whatever size mug you're using, usually 8 to 10 ounce mug. I put my water in that first and then dump it in, for your single cup setting on your coffee maker. And a teaspoon is what you want for that one. And I'm showing you the teaspoon right here. So just a teaspoon that's half a teaspoon. Here is a teaspoon. So you want that much of it. Now, I will admit a lot of these herbs, whenever I make my teas, I do more. Sometimes I do half a tablespoon. But I would start out with what is usually recommended, and that is the 1 teaspoon. All right, so that's it for the healing properties of Agrimony. Now, it also has magical properties. It's good for protection and creates a shield against negative energy and psychic attacks. So this is something a lot of my customers would want. It also is a reversal of spells and hexes. It breaks harmful magic and sends it back to the sender. In emotional healing, releases emotional wounds and promotes inner peace. Purification cleanses people, spaces, and tools of stagnant or harmful energy. It's good for prosperity and luck. It attracts good fortune, especially removing energetic blocks. So if you feel blocked, like so many people I know come in and say something is blocking me. So the way you would use this is in a mojo charm spell bag. You can use it in spell jars, ritual bath. Use it as an incense. You can put it in a bowl like this and then burn it. Sometimes you've got to add the charcoal to it to do that, but if it doesn't burn properly. But any of those would be good. Now you can also, like if you were doing a reversal, like a reverse candle or unblocker candle. Set it in the bowl by the candle, and then take just a little bit, just a pinch, and put in the candle. Should be fine. Okay, so that is it on Agrimony. And now we're going to Alfalfa. Now Alfalfa is, I've always, like in my salads, I used to eat alfalfa sprouts. You know, it's just one of those type things that you can eat raw, you know, or you can eat and make a tea and stuff like that, and it's just all around a good herb to have. Now, its properties are digestive health, which it's rich in fiber and aids in digestion and prevents constipation. Cholesterol reduction, which is very good. It contains saponins, and I'm not very good at medical terms or names, so forgive me if I'm pronouncing stuff wrong, that may help lower cholesterol levels, reducing the risk of heart disease. Okay, it's an anti-inflammatory in the effects. Alfalfa has anti-inflammatory properties that can help reduce pain and swelling associated with various conditions. Detoxification. It's a high chlorophyll content. It supports body detoxification processes, aiding in the elimination of toxins. Menstrual relief. Alfalfa may help alleviate menstrual symptoms such as hot flashes and mood changes. So that's a good thing, women my age. And then the magical properties of alfalfa. Well, first, let me tell you, you can do it in a tea with, 8-ounce cup. Put a teaspoon of that in there, teaspoon, or in your coffee maker. You know, if you've got the single serve coffee maker, put a teaspoon of that in there. Or I've got also cups that have filters with them, and that's a lot easier to clean out than these little ones like this. And they come, if you've got the Keurig cup filters, they come with cups. So, K-cups they're called. Okay, so that is how you can do that. And, twice a day, 3 times a day, alfalfa tea is not going to hurt that way. I would like to say, though, if you are pregnant or on certain medications, any of these herbs you will want to consult your physician with. Alfalfa should be fine, but some of these herbs would be too much, like especially nursing mothers, stuff like that. You just want to make sure. So don't take my word for it. This is just, how I use things and the way that it's said, that these will help. But we don't, nothing's a miracle cure, and it could have a side effect on children, or, so you want to make sure that, like over 12, you don't want to give it to your kids. If, make sure from your doctors. Okay, now we'll get into the magic of this, and it is great for prosperity and abundance, often used in rituals and spells to attract good fortune and financial success. Protection. It is believed to offer protection and promote health. Money magic. Alfalfa is primarily recognized as a money magic herb, often carried by gamblers for good luck. So there you go. Growth and renewal. Its vibrant hue symbolizes growth, making it suitable for spells focused on expansion and preventing financial troubles. Alfalfa is said to help keep away poverty and prevent financial issues. So there again, when you are doing, you can be in your mojo bag, charm bag. You can also put it in a bowl, on your altar. You can, by your money burning spells, put a little bit, like a pinch, in your money candles, money oil. You can put over top of it. You know, any type of money thing that you're doing, alfalfa is going to do good. Put it in a little bowl over your, and stick your bills under it. You know, something like that to help with, you know, being able to have enough money to pay those bills. Put a little bit in a little satchel, little bag, and stick in the drawer where you keep your checkbook or something. I do all these kind of things just so that, you know, it empowers it. You just want it empowered. All right, now the next one we're going to talk about is allspice. And the healing properties, allspice is used in a lot of spicy recipes. I'll go over that though. Because you can eat this in recipes. I wouldn't make a whole tea just with allspice, but you can add it to teas. Have alfalfa and add a little bit of allspice to the teas. But it's good for anti-inflammatory. It's an anti-inflammatory, and it has reduces inflammation and pain as associated with conditions like arthritis and muscle aches. So, you know, that one's a good one. You could even mix it with the Agrimony, just it because it's got a nice overall spicy type, kind of a light clove type flavor. So, you know, it's good, but you don't want to overdo it. Digestive aid, and the compounds in allspice can aid in digestion, relieve gas, soothe stomach and discomfort. Pain relief. It is useful for alleviating toothaches, just like cloves would be for, and then also muscle aches and joint pain. And antimicrobial, something like that. And it helps fight against bacterial and fungal infections. And an antioxidant, contains antioxidants that help protect cells from oxidative stress and damage. And it's also good for menstrual relief. Compounds in the allspice may increase the amount of estrogen in menstrual women, menopausal women. I am getting all tongue-tied here. Helping to decrease negative symptoms like hot flashes. So there again, you can put some in. And that's what I like to do whenever I make teas, is I'll take the teas that are good for, or the herbs that are good for the same type things and add a little bit to it. This type of thing would give it a good flavor as long as you didn't overdo it. I would say probably maybe about 5 or 4, yeah, 5 might be too much, little berries there. Now, it's also being studied for cancer prevention. And it can be, you know, put in the regular diet for flavor, potential health benefits. However, it is important to note that excessive consumption may cause gastrointestinal sensitivity in some individuals. So that's why I say don't overdo it. Teas, like we talked about, other recipes that would have pumpkin spice in it. I know during the fall everybody loves their pumpkin spice. Spice cake, I put it in corned beef, curry chicken, jerk chicken. You know, you can experiment a lot with that just to get the right flavor. Once you've tasted it, you can kind of taste, oh, that would probably taste good in here, you know, so you could try it some and just experiment with it. I mean, I do that kind of stuff. I'm assuming other people do that kind of stuff too. So now, as far as your magical purposes with allspice, abundance and luck. So there again, you know, add that to your charm bag and stuff like that. It's believed to attract wealth, prosperity, making it ideal for spells that promote financial gain and good fortune. And then protection. It is often used in protective spells to shield against negative energies and provide a sense of security. Creativity and passion. Allspice enhances creativity and passion, making it useful in love spells and boosting intuition. So it's something good to add to that if you're going to do it. Courage. Burning allspice can be used to increase courage and confidence, especially before significant events. So I would say if you were going to burn it, take some in your mortar and pestle, crush it, to burn it like that as an incense. Otherwise, you can put a few in your bowl with the alfalfa and with the agrimony. Just, if you're doing abundance and luck, definitely the alfalfa on that. And just experiment, blend, mix everything together. That add your vibes to it. And just remember, not too much, not a whole lot, but just experiment with it. And that is it for agrimony, alfalfa, and allspice. Now tomorrow, or our next video, not tomorrow, they come out every Tuesday and Thursday, will be about the herbs of angelica, star anise, and ashwagandha.